do is I want to show you how to get up on top of your financial house. I want you to get up on top of your financial house and be standing up there. It's going to take you a few years. It's not going to be quick. If you're looking for get rich quick, you're in the wrong room. And how do you get up on top of the house? In Tennessee, if we want to get up on top of the house, we use this thing called a ladder. And ladders have steps. And they have rules about the steps. If you get up the ladder and it starts moving, if you're over 16, you come back down. And you steady the ladder and you do it again. You repeat the steps. But you take the steps slow and gradual. You don't skip steps. Because otherwise you'll be hanging upside down with your leg broke. Your neighbor will be laughing at you. No step skipping. Be willing to come back down to solid ground and repeat the process. These are the rules of using a ladder. Around our place, we call these ladders, these steps, baby steps. And you don't do baby step 4 until you've done baby step 1. There's a process here. And there's a reason, because you have to lay a solid foundation. If you're going to build a house, you don't bring the trim carpenter in and start tacking up the crown mold if you hadn't done the drywall and built the house on top of the foundation. You start with the foundation and you build up from there. Baby step 1. We're going to start with, before we do anything else, $1,000 baby starter emergency fund. It's only $1,000, and I want you to get $1,000 as fast as you possibly can to start that. This is the easiest baby step because it's only $1,000, and it's the one you'll do the fastest in most cases. This is the hardest baby step because this is the point you decide. Am I really going to change my life? Am I really going to buy into this stuff? Am I really going to do something that other people are doing? Am I really going to engage this process? Or am I going to keep doing it, slopping it up the way I've been doing it? I'm going to get serious. I'm going to get focused. This thing is going to change. Because, here's the problem. We don't like change. Human beings don't like change. We tend to do the same thing over and over and over again. Some people work in a job that they've been with 15 years and they hate every day of it, and the only reason they don't change is because they don't like change. Even if we're doing things and they're not working for us, we defend it. We protect and fight for our right to be stupid. We don't like change. Let me tell you, if you're going to win in this life, you have to learn to embrace change, because the only thing that never changes is we're going to change. Change is a way of life. Embrace it. And you got to embrace it with changing and doing some new stuff with your money. Start with $1,000 in the bank. You got to learn to save money. You must save money. Everybody talks about it. Everybody looks at it and goes, and nobody does it. We're walking around with no money. The richest country the world has ever known. And all the money leaves your house every month. You have to make this a philosophical process, a theological process, a spiritual and emotional, a relational and a mathematical process. I'm saving money. I'm sick of being broke. Well, you don't know about... Yeah, I do. I've done your budget. I've been doing budgets for 20 years. I do know about. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. So's being broke. When? Step up. There's some stuff to be done here. So what we're starting here is the first step of savings. It's the emergency fund. This is what your emergency fund is. 78% of Americans, according to Money Magazine, are going to have a major negative financial event in any given 10-year period of time. You better be ready. It's coming. You need to be ready. You need to save money for emergencies. You're an emergency looking for a place to happen. If you hadn't been kicked in the knee to the tune of $5,000 to $7,000 in the last 3 or 4 years, you're overdue duck. Statistically, it's coming. Get ready. You need to build your emergency fund. Dave, you need to be positive. I'm positive. It's going to rain. Baby step 2, the debt snowball. Pay off all of your debt using the debt snowball except your home. The average family in America is paying between $1,500 and $2,000 a month in payments not associated with their home. Non-mortgage payments. When you start paying $1,500 or $2,000 a month on a $10,000 car loan or a student loan, that sucker's gone in just a few months. You getting the idea? We pay this off smallest to largest. Now, I don't know how long you got to run. I don't know how fast you got to run, but you got to run. You cannot let up. You got to bust it. If you want to be somebody in the area of money, you want to get this stuff off of you, you want to shed these chains, it is not a game. You got to bust up into it in an unbelievable, passionate way. You got to have a level of focus, a level of intensity that you may have never had in your life. And when you do, you will win. Because I've watched hundreds of thousands of North Americans do this exact thing. Because of the Total Money Makeover, because of the Dave Ramsey Show, because of Financial Peace University. No! Because we made them believe they could. And they ran. That's what happened. Deliver yourself. Your emergency fund is insurance. Say insurance. You buy insurance to protect your house, to protect your health. You buy insurance to replace your life and the money you make if something happens to you, called life insurance. Insurance is an expense that protects assets. Your emergency fund is not an asset. It technically is in accounting terms, but you don't need to look at it that way. In other words, if it earns a little interest, that's just good. But the trick is you need to start right now. Ben and Arthur illustrate that fact for us. Ben invests starting at age 19. He invests $2,000 a year in a good growth stock mutual fund all the way up until age 26. Ben puts in $16,000 for 8 years, $2,000 a year. That's $16,000, and then he quits investing. Because you see, at age 27, how much did Ben put in? Zero. One more time. How much did Ben put in? At age 27, he quit investing. It's not a trick question. And the money grows and the money grows and the money grows. His brother Arthur wakes up and says, whoa, I've been dumb. I need to catch up. I'm going to start investing $2,000. He starts at age 27. He invests $2,000 a year from age 27 all the way to age 65. He puts $78,000 in and he never catches up. The guy who put in $16,000 beats the guy who put in $78,000 by $700,000. You're going, that's a real neat chart if I was 19. You understand, if you gather this information, you put it in your brain and it changes your heart and causes you to handle money differently the rest of your life. This one section right here, this one chart will make you a multimillionaire. I just made you a millionaire if you got this. Am I right, old people? Now, we only put 15% of our income into retirement at baby step 4 because I wanted to save some money to start working on the kids' college fund. If you have kids and you want to do a kids' college fund, baby step 5 is where you do it. You don't do the kids' college fund while you're still in debt because you don't have any money. It's all going to payments. You don't use the emergency fund to send the kids to college. That's not an emergency. And by the way, when they go to college, they could learn to do something like WORK. It won't kill them. How many of you worked while you were in college? I rest my case. It's not child abuse. College funding makes sure the kids are fit too. An educational savings account, the Education IRA is what it's nicknamed as. It's the ESA. It's like the Roth IRA for college. It grows tax. You're allowed to put $2,000 a year into this account. You put $2,000 a year into it, it will grow tax-free from 0 to 18.